Good evening, I'm Greg Wawrnick. Two teams, both undefeated, both ranked in the top three in the state in Division 5. And they square off tonight. Bangor playing host to Hillsboro. Winner will be all alone in first place in the Scenic Bluff standings. Early second half in the paint. Hillsboro's Hunter Stanek, surrounded by defenders, still gets the layup to fall. Tigers up by 9. Later, a loose ball scooped up by Bangor's Drew Johnson. He takes it the length of the floor for the layup. Bangor down 40-33. Hillsboro looking to push it up the floor now. Max Stockwell with a full court pass ahead to Joey Helgerson, who dishes it to Tommy Crandall, who lays it in. And just like that, Tigers now working with a 51-35 lead. But Bangor not going away quietly. Luke Reeder takes the ball up the floor, gets it that far, so why not finish it off? He had 26 tonight, but Tigers, too much firepower, in particular Stockwell, two more of his game-high 32 points. Hillsboro, the first conference team to beat Bangor at home since the 2012-13 season. Tigers win 74-64.
It was a great game. Two and three in the state going head-to-head, but we just made one more run than they did and got the win.
Tomah, the surprise team so far in the MVC race, a perfect 3-0. Timberwolves hosting Aquinas second half. Aquinas has Conley Malone hits the jumper. Aquinas with a 6-point lead. Tomah closing the gap. Kyle Kroner gets the rebound and he takes it all the way back for the layup. More Tomah than Blake Larson drives the lane and finds Brian Hunnick in the post, and we're all tied up. But Aquinas able to pull away down the stretch. Zach Phillips hits a wide open three from the top of the key. Aquinas hands Tomah their first conference loss. Blue Gold's a winner, 65-57. Central returning to conference action after losing last week to Logan. Red Raiders taking on Sparta. First half action, TJ Pangier gets the Red Raiders off to a hot start. Three-pointer, it's a 3-0 game. Later in the half, Sparta trying to claw back in. Vegas Cruz knocks down a 15-footer, but it's already an 11-3 game. More Central, Bailey Kale knocking down the three. Central up big, 26-5. Kale, 13 points. Kobe King with 22, and Central wins big, 80-26. Let's move to Minnesota. Big Three Rivers showdown. 9-0 Rushford-Peterson hosting 9-1 St. Charles. Both teams ranked in the top 6 in the state. Second half, Rush-Pete in transition. Noah Carlson gets it to fall. They're down 1. Ensuing possession for St. Charles. Davton Danielson spots up and kicks it out. Nails the three. St. Charles up 40-36. Later in the half, Trojans reverse it to the corner to Nathan Sarvey, who knocks it down. We're all tied 44 all. St. Charles an answer. It's Danielson spotting up from way downtown. They go back up 3, and St. Charles holds on to beat Rushford-Peterson by a final of 54-50. Number 2 in 2A, Caledonia looking to move to 10-0 in conference as they take on Dover-Eyota. First half, Colton Lampert knocks down a 15-footer. Warriors up to an early 4-2 lead. Later in the half, it's Gavin Schrader. He lays it in for 2 of his game-high 17. More Caledonia. Owen King knocks down the tray ball. They're in control early, 15-6, and Caledonia rolls to a 78-40 victory. Girls hoops are coming up next, including a big showdown tonight in West Salem. The Highlight Zone will be right back. Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone. West Salem girls are in first place in the Coulee. Onalaska tied for first place in the MVC. A nice non-conference showdown between these two tonight. Second half action, Haley Schmeling knocking down the three ball. That ties things at 24. Later in the half, Maggie Latos puts it off the window and in. 2 of her 12 on the night. That gives the Panthers a 3-point lead. More Panthers, first shot no good, but Haley Dutton there for a putback. West Salem with a 34-32 lead, but here comes Onalaska. Emma Gamoki, money from the corner, big shot from her. That gives Hilltoppers a 37-36 point lead. Later on, Hilltoppers try to ice it, and they do just that. Full court pass hits Marissa Delaney right in stride. They lead 45-41. Nice competitive ball game between these two. Onalaska wins it 48-43.
It's really huge. I mean, they're a good team. They're a really good team, and we just practiced hard all week to try to bounce back from our loss on Tuesday, and we knew we could beat these guys, and we wanted to come out here and show the city and area what we can do and how we play like Onalaska basketball.
Aquinas also tied for first in the MVC entering the night. They host Tomah. A big run for the Timberwolves to close out the first half. Madison Lindauer basket makes it an 18-18 game at the break. Tomah would then jump out to a 6-point lead to start the second half, including a nice feed inside to Mallory Pierce for the bucket. Aquinas would end their drought right here. Whitney Resin knocks down the long three. Blue Golds then tie the game back up. Kaya Steiner working it inside for the basket and foul. This game would see overtime. Aquinas walks away a 45-41 winner. The other first place squad is Holman. They traveled to Logan early first half. Holman moving the ball around down low. The Vikings' Courtney Kristovich puts it in for two. Later more Vikings as Brooklyn Paulson steps inside the arc. She hits a long two. Vikings go up by 5. Unfortunately, no final score to report from this one tonight. The final MVC meeting has Central at Sparta. First half, Central's Allie LaRue hits a jumper. Red Raiders out to an early 4-point lead. Back comes Sparta. Here they are in transition. Allie Laufenberg keeps it herself and hits the three. Spartans down by 1. More Central. Abby Athnos with a rebound and put back to go up 3. But Sparta pulls it out in a close one. These teams going back and forth all game. Sparta coming away with a 38-37 win. You can make the argument it is the premier prep basketball event in the tri-state area. It's right in here in our backyard. Tomorrow, the Lacrosse Center plays host to the 6th annual Midwest Players Classic.
I think the biggest reason to come to the Classic is you get to see great basketball, you get to see really competitive teams, you get to see some great individual players, but more importantly, it only costs $10 for adults, $5 for kids. And the neat thing is you don't have to stay all day. We stamp your hand, you don't have to pay again. So come and go as you like. There's some great downtown places to have lunch. There really isn't a bad game on the sheet, but you've got 12 Division I athletes, 12 athletes that have gotten Division I scholarships or are committed. So think about how many more there might be in this group. And don't forget, we had Diamond Stone here. We had Franz Koenig. We had Matt Thomas. We have an NBA alum now. So there's been a ton of players that have come here.
Definitely get your money's worth there. Here's a full schedule for tomorrow. Around 12 full hours of action and a game fit for the Kohl Center in mid-March. Central and Kakana play at 8:15 p.m. And with the late games tomorrow, Mike says there will be TVs with the Packers game on. Coming up, we head out to Arizona for a final pregame report on the Packers-Cardinals divisional round playoff showdown. UW Lacrosse Wrestling looking to move to 2-0 in the WIAC as they host UW Oshkosh, 133 pounds. UWL's Quinn Miracle coming up with a takedown. He goes on to win 6-4. Eagles win tonight, 37-6.